So you're thinking about moving to the greater Lansing, Michigan area, and when you hear about East Lansing, Michigan, all you can think about is Michigan State and all the college students, that they're just going to be everywhere and they just take over the town and you're never going to be able to find a place to live. Well, I'm here to help you alleviate all those fears in this next video, because I'm going to take you on a map tour of the areas outside of Michigan State University in East Lansing, and there are a lot of areas out there. Also, be sure to stay tuned until the end, because I am going to touch on Haslett, Michigan, as it's a neighboring community right next to East Lansing. So let's get started with this next episode of Lansing, Michigan Life right now. Hey everybody, Troy Seifert here with the Capital Area Real Estate Specialist in the greater Lansing, Michigan area. Our team helps people buy and sell homes all around the greater Lansing area, and we get phone calls all the time from people who are just like yourself, just watching this YouTube channel. So if you're looking to buy in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months from now, our team would love to be able to talk with you. My contact information is in the description below, so feel free to call me, text me, email me, or schedule a Zoom call with me. I would love to be able to speak with you just about what your real estate goals are. Also, if you could, please like, subscribe, or ring the bell, ding, 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 for notifications so that you can be the first to be notified when a new episode of Lansing, Michigan Life goes live. And we are officially the fastest growing YouTube channel in the greater Lansing, Michigan area. So if you want to become a part of this and be able to see all the latest information on Lansing, Michigan Life on YouTube, please subscribe, because we are making new episodes each and every week, 1 or 2 episodes a week. So please, if you could, I would really appreciate your support in subscribing or in even ringing the bell for notifications. Also, if you do want to comment about some topics that are missing on this channel, because we have been doing this for several months now, if you want to send me a comment about some sort of topic that you want me to cover, feel free to go ahead and put that in the comments below as well. So if you have been following my channel for a little while, you will notice I have my computer out. That usually means I'm doing a map tour, and you are correct with that assumption. I haven't done a map tour for a little while. Beforehand, maybe when I first started with the channel, I did a map tour of East Lansing rental areas. So a lot of that was for investors, and a lot of that covered just the quadrant where the downtown is. So this video is going to be a sequel to that, because I'm going to be going on the outskirts of Michigan State and the East Lansing downtown area, because there still is a lot that's there. And I also want to cover the highlights of Haslett as well. It's not a huge community, so I didn't really feel like it was worthy for like a long YouTube video for a map tour, but I am going to touch on it. So be sure you stick around the entire time, because I'm going to be covering both communities in one video. So let me go ahead and bring up my screen.
Okay, I got my computer screen up here. So I want you all to see right here is the outline of the Lansing area. And you can see here, right here is Lansing. Right next door is East Lansing. This right here is the 127 interstate, which goes straight down the middle of Lansing, Michigan. So East Lansing right here. And then we are also going to be taking a look at Haslett. If you look at this road right here, East Lansing can start here, but this road takes you directly into areas of Haslett as well. So we're going to be covering this area that's a little bit north of campus. I will be highlighting some areas as well, some neighborhoods that are right near campus that I didn't highlight in the East Lansing rental areas that I figured you should know as well. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start going into this screen. So right here, what you will notice is this whole area right here is where the downtown is, where all the rental areas are. And again, I'm going to go back to my plug earlier that I do have one about the East Lansing rental areas where I do go more in depth, and I go more in depth about just about this area. I want to go a little bit west for all of you to be able to see, because I feel it's worth it for me to highlight some of this. So right over here in this neighborhood over here, this is known as Glencairn neighborhood. And actually, right over in this vicinity is Glencairn Elementary School. So it even has its own elementary school that a lot of people walk to, and it was newly remodeled over there. But a lot of these homes that were built in the 1940s, and there's not a lot of rentals in this area, just a lot of historic homes, a lot of alumni and professors live in this neighborhood, and you can see some of these homes go for about 800,000 tops down to, if it's a home that needs work, maybe around 350 or $400,000. And then right below over here, I do want to highlight this neighborhood. This is known as Chesterfield Hills. These are smaller homes that basically Chesterfield Hills started, then it went over and migrated to Glencairn, across the street. So Chesterfield Hills, a lot of these homes are smaller. Not every single one of them is, but a lot of them are smaller, more colonial type homes. I've seen some go for around 250 to 300,000 low end, but a lot of them seem to be averaging around the $400,000 range over there. But I do want to highlight those because if you're a fan of homes with character, you can see that, right here's the main drag that'll take you right into downtown. If you want to be close to everything, if you want to be within walking distance, and I might have featured this on the East Lansing rental areas, but I did want to highlight it again. If you want to be within walking distance to the sports games. You just take Harrison Road all the way down and you see the Breslin Center's there, Spartan Stadium is over there. Just a great neighborhood, historic neighborhood that has its own elementary school. Right. And if I continue to move, I'm going to go further north. You see right here is East Lansing High School. So it's just north of Bircham. And then up here, right in this area over here, where I'm going to circle, is another popular neighborhood known as Whitehills neighborhood. If you saw my vlog tour of East Lansing, I did feature this neighborhood. It also has its own elementary school as well over here. And a lot of European architecture is in this neighborhood. Again, homes that are built more in the 50s, the 60s. They're not brand new construction built homes, but a great neighborhood where there's just a lot of amazing architecture. I've had clients that live in there that one of them was on the front cover of Better Homes and Gardens. Like that's how crazy, not crazy, but just how custom the architecture is over here. Crazy, crazy custom architecture. That's what we'll call it there. How crazy, I was going to say crazy good, and I didn't want to say that. So that's why I said crazy in the beginning. But yeah, crazy good architecture, within this neighborhood. Now, I haven't really been featuring a lot of new construction in East Lansing, but one of the premier neighborhoods that has some newer constructed homes. Like right here, you can see that like I'm going just north. Right here is Whitehills, right? And if I continue to go north here, you will see, okay, just I want to rewind here, a little bit so you're not getting lost. But right over here, right, was Whitehills neighborhood. And then, you can see with the streets here, there are some neighborhoods throughout here of homes built in the, 50s and 60s. You see right here in Harrison and Coolidge. Again, there's a neighborhood there. Homes go for around $300,000 to $500,000 within that neighborhood. And then you see these roads go north and south, right? So you can see Harrison takes you all the way down to campus if you continue going down, right? So Coolidge is another road that can take you directly down into campus as well. And so if I continue to go north on this is Lake Lansing Road. Lake Lansing Road right over here to the left is Eastwood Town Center. So East Lansing is very close to Eastwood Town Center. And you can see that right over there, Sam's Club, movie theater. So you can just take one of these streets up north, take it to Lake Lansing Road, and this is the northern part of East Lansing over here, and it'll take you to one of the most booming places, Eastwood Town Center. So as I continue to go further north, I know I've got a lot to cover in this because East Lansing's got several residential places, okay? So right here, if I go north on Coolidge above Lake Lansing Road, you see a road here that's Coleman Road. This is actually in Clinton County, so you're starting to get into a different like Ingham County. There's a lot of people in Ingham County and in East Lansing. Right here, we're getting into Clinton County, and this neighborhood right here is known as Hawks Nest. And Hawks Nest, they built a lot of homes there within the late 2000s into late 2010s, so into 2015, 2016. And this part over here is more for East Lansing schools. When you get to the western part of the neighborhood, this tends to be this is Lansing schools. But then a lot of people do school choice and go to East Lansing schools here. So where the Lansing schools are, they expanded Hawks Nest neighborhood, and they have made more new builds within that neighborhood of new home builds that would be newer than 28, 2017, 2018. So the prices are a little bit cheaper on the western part, but it's because it's Lansing schools, not East Lansing schools. So you have a number of condos up here, but also something I want you to be aware of as well is over here, like where Chandler Road is. This is like the club at Chandler's Crossing. This is off of Chandler Road, which turns into Abbott Road. There are a lot of apartments. You see the village at Chandler Crossing. This is close to like where there's a lot of student apartments towards the north part of campus. So just want you to be aware of that. I have people I know that live in Hawks Nest. They don't complain about seeing, Eddie students around there, but for a time, like that was the place for student rentals until they started building high rises in the downtown. And now the high rises in downtown attract student rentals over there as well. So, but just want to, I'm kind of getting towards the northernmost part of East Lansing right now, just so you know. So you can see again, it's not just a college town, which is college students. There are definitely good residential areas. And when you're at the north part, you can still be close to stuff. All right, so I'm going to keep moving along here because I got, again, I got a lot to cover. So I'm going to go down Abbott Road here just a little bit. You'll see here's the East Lansing Aquatic Center. And this is just south of those student apartments. But the East Lansing Aquatic Center is something I'm going to be focusing on in another YouTube video. But this is an outdoor pool, but it also has a couple slides. It's kind of like a mini water park. My kids love going there. They have like a 12-foot deep end in their pool. They have some cool slides there. A nice little place to go, like when it's a really hot day and you want to go someplace different for swimming. So East Lansing Aquatic Center, is there. And right here, I think I said right here is Lake Lansing Road. This, again, is towards the northern part of everything. But another thing I want to feature here too, just for those of you who might be looking for maybe some condos, right? That might be affordable, like might be around like $150,000, $200,000. So right over here, this Castle Point Apartments, there's a lot of student housing that is there in the apartments, but there are some townhomes that are older that you can buy for $150,000 to $200,000 over here. And then there is housing that's over here. In my opinion, like this is going to be a cheaper part of town. It's going to be $200,000, $300,000 in that area. Depending on how old the house is, as well. So, and then again, right here is Whitehills. If you can kind of keep track of like where we've been going on this tour, right? And then I'm going to continue now going south. All right, so here is Hagedorn Road, which if you watch my rental areas video, it's the easternmost part of that quadrant, right? When you get to the easternmost part, you can take, Hagedorn goes all the way down to just east of the downtown area, right? Well, then there's some rental, and I might have focus on this in the rental areas, but there's some homes that some of them are rentals, some of them are not. And then it kind of melds a little bit into some residential neighborhoods that are not rentals. And when you get to when you get to this neighborhood, you just have to make sure it's that there's not a lot of licensed rentals if you don't want to be close to them because there can be some graduated licensed rentals in this area, but it still is a nice little in my opinion, it's a nice little neighborhood with some affordable houses there. I just listed a home there for around $250,000 and it's a two-story home around 1,700 square feet. So again, like it's more residential spots around here, right? And you can see as I'm going around, I mean, you can see right here, these are more residential areas that have nothing to do with campus. Right over here is Bircham Hills. It's a retirement community. It's a well-known retirement community. So if you do have somebody that might be older that you're wondering, hey, should they be living with me or not? Bircham Hills in East Lansing is a place that you could inquire if they need to have some assisted living over there. So just a little bit of a tip for you here. And then I'm just going to touch on this briefly here, but as I go further south, here's where the main drag is, M43. And M43, now I'm east of campus, all of that stuff, right? So M43 is going to take you into Okemos, all those, but right here you see is the new Trader Joe's, right here, Whole Foods. That would still be considered an East Lansing address, but it's in Meridian Township. People in Okemos think it's closer to them. People in East Lansing think it's closer to them. But just to let you know, in East Lansing and in Okemos and in Haslett, you're going to have a bunch of organic places that you can go to if that's something that is very important to you for the food for your family, right? So you do have options there. And I'm going to continue just moving right along here. Did want to show you where Costco was too. So Costco, it's again has an East Lansing address. It's on East Saginaw Highway, but it is pretty close to Haslett. So we are starting to approach over to like where Haslett is. So you can see right here, as I show you the flow of traffic here. Okay, I'm gonna kind of rewind here. So 127, when you get on the 127 corridor, right? Right here, you're gonna get into a one-way road here and a one-way road there. You kind of see that right there. One way goes here, one way goes this way. And people do not love this section because there's just a lot of traffic. So when you get off the exit, you can take this road directly into East Lansing, but there's a lot of traffic lights there. You can take this road up here, which takes you to the northern part of East Lansing. And it's called East Lansing Street, but also it turns into Haslett Road. But again, you're gonna be north of campus. So if you're wanting to go to campus, you're gonna want to go this way. And this is a two-way street right here. It's not one way. It's just right here is one way and right here is one way. And this is Randor Shopping Center, which is one of the places that I focused on one other time that has a lot of shops, restaurants as well. Just, you're seeing like just north is Eastwood Town Center. Right here is Frandor. So there's a lot of stuff happening over here. So you have two options with the fork in the road, right? Going this way towards campus, or if you need to get to the northern part of East Lansing, or you even want to go to Haslett, you can go this way. Now continue following me because this road now has another split over here towards the northern part of Lansing. And so you can either go straight, and this is Haslett Road, which takes you directly into Haslett, or this road just continues to curve up, and you see how it's kind of going north? This will take you to Costco. And then there's other neighborhoods up here as well that have some, well, right here is Whitehills, which I had showed you earlier, right? And then there's another neighborhood, not as nice of homes as Whitehills, but decently priced homes around $350,000, $450,000 over there. But now you can see Park Lake Road is right here, and Costco's up here. So if you want to go to Costco, you got to take the split. There's a couple splits here, right? So one that can take you north, and the other one that can take you east into campus. Then when you go to the north one, it splits again. So you can go straight into Haslett, or you can go north. And these are faster roads up here, because you'll see as I continue to move here, this road continues to go up further north, and it takes you to the probably closer to the northern part of Haslett. So you're getting closer. So you're getting closer to the northern part of Haslett over here. And as I get over to this way, I guess I'll start over here because I kind of highlighted to you like, that we're going to Haslett, right? But this is still part of East Lansing that I'm showcasing to you. Right here is a premier neighborhood. Right up here. This is known as Whitehills Woods, which then directly goes into another neighborhood known as Whitehills Lakes. So Whitehills Lakes goes directly into Whitehills Woods. And the one thing I will tell you is that there's several over $1 million homes in Whitehills Woods. There's a lot of Michigan State athletic coaches and alumni that live in there who are very successful within that neighborhood. So that still is part of East Lansing, but some of them are Haslett schools in there. Some of them are East Lansing schools in there. So I just wanted to highlight that neighborhood before I started getting into Haslett. All right, so as I start getting to Haslett here, let me see. So we have a Meijer in Haslett area, but this is more considered like closer to Bath, Michigan area, which is a even smaller town. But it's also close to Whitehills over here. And you got Meijer, and then you have a McDonald's and a Speedway. And then there's a place that I featured on my recent vlog tour of Haslett known as Monticello's. That's a nice little meat market that goes right down this road, which is Marsh Road. Now, if you take Marsh Road all the way down south, you will take it down to Haslett, but this is also still kind of part of Haslett. Right here are some newer built homes that are more contemporary, built by HDI builders. And then you can also see here, as I'm going further south, I'm going on Marsh Road. Now you see Lake Lansing. And this is one of the few all sport lakes in the area. And, it's something that a lot of people just enjoy, or a place that a lot of people enjoy going to during the summers. And there are people that have their homes around this lake over here. Road goes directly. Let's see here. Marsh Road, if you continue to take it further south, you'll see that this is Haslett, and then like where the lake is over here. And there's different parks, like there's Lake Lansing Park North, and then there's Lake Lansing Park South, which is where an amusement park used to be. And then they have a golf course over here. And if you continue to take Marsh Road south, it will take you to Haslett Road, which, remember where the split happened, Haslett Road just takes you directly into Haslett. And then up here, like you see how the road just went all the way up, and I took you to Monticello's, and then here's Marsh Road that goes down here. Marsh Road goes directly down into Haslett. This would be like the main area where the city would be. And then in this vicinity, for majority of the schools are located here. So it's where one of the elementary schools is located, the middle school and the high school. There's another elementary school that's located right around here, I want to say, actually. There's another 2nd through 5th grade elementary school. It's located, I believe, just right off of Haslett Road here, but it's just wet. Yeah, that would make it west of Marsh Road. So another one of the elementary schools is located over here. Then you can see here's another one of the elementary schools. And then Haslett also has a early childhood education center. That's for preschool through first grade. So they have one early childhood education center, and then they have a second through fifth grade building, two of them, which are located quite close to each other. And then they have a middle school, and then they have a high school. And they have highly rated school systems here. But again, I kind of want to show you on the map here for Haslett. When you see the light cream around, the light cream on this map, that's where there's going to be neighborhoods, right? So you see a lot of residential real estate, or a lot of residents are in here. And then kind of, you go further south, Marsh Road takes you right into Okemos. That's where the Meridian Mall is. And I think I featured this in the Okemos one too, or said this, but with Okemos, the thing that you have to be aware of is that, like, you could be up here in Okemos schools, and Haslett schools could be closer to you right over here. And so you had to drive further to go to Okemos schools, and Haslett schools are completely fine. You see how close Haslett and Okemos are to each other. And it's just the way that the school district maps are, right? I don't make them, but you'll see a lot of residential stuff, and then a lot of it's just spread out with country homes, and then part of Haslett schools even goes into Shiawassee County, which is a county just east of Ingham County. And so, Haslett, small but mighty area, because it's not like there's a ton there because you have to go to Okemos there, but you saw how close it was to Okemos. It was like a 5-minute drive. So why am I bringing up East Lansing and Haslett together? Now you can kind of see why. Because Haslett, I mean, it has Lake Lansing, and it's a great place to be able to go, and you have homes throughout there, and you have some neighborhoods. But really, when push comes to shove, like, Haslett is so close to Okemos, it's so close to East Lansing, you might as well just kind of meld it together with East Lansing and kind of show where it is at in its vicinity. Because there's so many people that I talk to that they say, well, I hear a lot of good things about Okemos schools, and they don't even think about Haslett because Haslett's so small. And you can see how close Haslett is to everything. It still has a good school system. They're still building homes. I don't see, necessarily anything wrong with Haslett. And I kind of want to show you on a map how close it is to East Lansing, how close it is to Haslett, because they just kind of all meld together, right? And I hope that you see that through this, that these three cities, you can't go wrong anywhere when you're looking for a home. It's going to be a matter of, your taxes. Property taxes are going to be higher, which I've talked about earlier. And, you kind of see here, I talked about this in one of my last videos. You see the triangle, right? Oh, that's wrong. Oh, so it's the triangle right here. That's the triangle you can envision, folks, of East Lansing, Haslett, and Okemos right there. Just all three right beside each other. All three have great school systems. All three have great neighborhoods. You can't go wrong with any of them. It's just a matter of what feels like home to you. So I hope you enjoyed this map tour. Hopefully I didn't rush through it. If I need to do another map tour to go a little bit more in depth, I definitely can, but I kind of talked with you about some of the highlights and, how close everything was to here. So leave something in the comments if you need a little bit more detail there. But again, if you're looking to move to the area in 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months from now, feel free to call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom with me. I would love to be able to talk with you just about what you're looking for in real estate. And then also, I would appreciate it if you liked what you saw, like, subscribe, or ring the bell for notifications. I don't just do map tours of the area. I do vlog tours. I talk about the ins and outs of all things in the greater Lansing area. So if you haven't already done so, I greatly appreciate if you subscribed or rang the bell for notifications. I just had somebody reach out to me today who's looking for investment properties in East Lansing. So I'm having people reach out to me a lot more often now. We are starting to get into the busy season. So feel free to contact me anytime. I will answer my phone. And until next time, everybody, make it a great day. Okay? Take care.